Let me guess, you try and stack a few dollars. You ain't trying to blow it all. You need financial knowledge. Need some tips on your taxes, so the IRS ain't bending you backwards. Well, you're in luck. You're tuned into the master, Wendy Consulting.
Happy Friday. Shout out to it being close to Christmas. And I am actually at the Gather in Midlothian. So shout out to Gather. Let me show my cup. Shout out to Gather. Always love. So for those who don't know me, I'm Wendy with an I, podcast powered by Wendy Consulting LLC. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that people think are really bad, but they aren't. And before I get started, I do want to go back to my format that I used to have. So, I have a quote of the day. And I wanted to do a quote on forgiveness. So this is going to come from Maya Angelou, and it reads, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. That's real talk. So, I don't know that I'll let y'all have that. I just wanted to share something on forgiveness because it's something that I am working on, something that I pray about, and something I'm trying to be better at. So, forgive, y'all. Let it go. Don't let whatever you have towards somebody, a person, an animal, a creature, or whatever, don't let that eat you up inside and make you bitter or a hateful person. So let that go. So anyway, that's my little, sermon on forgiveness. Just let it go. Let it go and give it to God. But while I have everybody, this is what I wanted to talk about in regards to finances. I was having a meeting this morning and I had the epiphany, wait a minute. Let me, do some, have a conversation about some things that people in the African American community think are bad, but they really aren't bad if you think about it. Bankruptcy is one of those. When you are growing up, and y'all remember Monopoly, you would play Monopoly and then you would go bankrupt and have to quit the game, and people associate bankruptcy with something being negative, and it's not negative. Think about bankruptcy as a reset. Think about bankruptcy. Y'all think about the former president, right? He filed bankruptcy a whole bunch of times. That's not a bad thing, especially in business. It allows you to reset and get your coins and your ducats in order. It's only looked at as something negative from when you are in a lower income or you're not making a lot of money. It can be looked at as bad because you don't have the funds and you don't understand the concept of bankruptcy. So, word of the day is bankruptcy. Go look it up. Understand what bankruptcy is. Bankruptcy is a reset. It allows you to learn how to pay your bills. It allows you to pay your debts off, and it also helps you to get on a budget or learning how to spend your money the correct way. So bankruptcy isn't always a negative thing. Bankruptcy can be a positive, especially if you're a business owner. Hey, Blocal Search. Hey, Markeisha. Shout out to Blocal Search real quick because they're a partner. I love them. If you're looking for 10% off of your listing, use the promo code Wendy. So shout out to Blocal. But when you think about bankruptcy, think about it as a reset. Don't think about it as being something that, you are ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you're thinking about bankruptcy. You're doing a reset. Another one is foreclosures that people look at as something negative. Foreclosures aren't always negative. Sometimes you need a foreclosure to help you get into a better way of handling your money. And sometimes you got to get out of that house. Maybe it wasn't a house. Maybe you're upside down in your house. Maybe you are wanting to move, or I don't know, anything, and you let your house go into foreclosure. Yes, it does hit a ding on your credit. Yes, you will not be able to buy a house for 7 years. But why can't you rent? Why do you have to have a house? Why can't you rent? It's not always a negative thing. So don't always look at bankruptcy as being something negative, and don't look at a foreclosure as being something negative. Do your research and understand why the government allows you to do those things. And a lot of it is because it's for big business. It's for people with, okay? Your former president, he filed bankruptcy. How many things you think he let go into foreclosure? And y'all still wondering why he ain't pay no taxes. And y'all still, it's over a year later and I'm still having the same conversation. Oh, let me wave at people. It's here we are, and you know, it's a year later and I'm telling y'all, you too could be like Donald Trump. But y'all don't want to do the work. Y'all don't want to get your finances in order. Y'all don't want to start that business. Y'all don't want to organize everything and have it together and have a business plan and market yourself accordingly and write off those expenses. Y'all don't want to do that because y'all could be like him too and pay no taxes. What's so funny is my very first podcast that I did was with Riley Marketing. Shout out to Riley. He does my editing. He's amazing. He did my Christmas pictures this year. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Riley sat me down on his stamped Riley Stamped podcast, and we talked. It was my first time ever doing a podcast, and I discussed how Donald Trump ain't pay no taxes. That's why he hadn't came out with them. And then like a week or two later, it came out that he paid like, I don't know, it was like $500. I don't even remember. But I knew it wasn't nothing. I knew that's why he hadn't released his taxes, because he ain't paid no taxes. And I said on that show then, you too could be like him, but y'all don't want to do the work. Y'all don't want to file and do things the correct way and start an LLC and an S Corp and corporations and get your stuff in order. I've been drinking coffee all day. Shout out, look, let me plug Indulge Water real quick. I am partnered with them, and so buy their water. It's Black owned. He's in the DMV area. He does deliver. He's starting to get into Amazon soon. You can go to Indulge Water. Indulge Premium Natural Artesian Alkaline Water. You can go in there to buy it online. If you go to my name, it's in my link tree where you can click directly and it'll take you directly to his website and purchase water. So buy some water. It's Black owned. Why not? Put some money. I'm trying to wave to people as they're in. I can wave if you're not. Shout out to Colin. Colin's here. Colin's a lawyer in North Carolina, and he's a judge as well. So shout out to him. Aggie pride always, okay? Aggie pride. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of wrap this up because I didn't want this to be super long, but I do want people to realize, again, bankruptcy and foreclosure aren't always a bad thing, okay? And I am not a Donald Trump fan by any means. However, I will tell you what he has done for me. He's done for me more than what any president has ever done in the past. I ain't paid no student loans at all since COVID happened. So I graduated from JMU. Shout out to JMU MBA program, December of 2019. It was Friday the 13th, actually. I ain't made a student loan payment and won't make one until January. So when you think about, you know, things that have been given to me, it's normally when a Republican president is in office, because it's benefiting me when a Republican's in office. Not no shade to a Democrat, because I love the Democratic Party and I'm not on here to affiliate with any type of party. But what I'm saying is, for me, Republicans in office bring me money, and that's just a given fact. So the fact that Virginia just elected its first Republican governor in years, I'm interested to see what he gonna do, because I think he'll legalize weed faster. Why? Y'all better pay attention to what's going on in y'all state. Y'all better start investing into these cannabis companies. Don't be late to the party. Okay? You can invest. Go and invest. I invested a long time ago, and I don't even look at it because it's when I think about stock, I think about long term, and stock is something that you buy, you set, and you look and go away. Buy low, sell high. That's one of the 101s of stock. You buy low and you sell high. That goes for crypto too, people. So at any rate, I'm going to wrap up. I just wanted to, again, remind y'all one more time, bankruptcy and foreclosure aren't bad things. Sometimes you have to have a reset, and don't look at it as something negative. Look at it as a reset in time for you to get your finances in order, allowing you to learn how to budget, and learning how to pay your bills on time, increasing your credit score by paying your bills on time. So that's what these resets do. So yes, bankruptcy and foreclosure is on your credit score, and it's a ding. Yes. However, it falls off after 7 years. And if you have good rental history, if you've been paying your bills on time, then that means your credit score gonna go up, up, up. And so then when it's time for you to buy this new house, you're set. You should have a down payment. You ain't had a house in 7 years. You should have a down payment. When it comes to bankruptcy, you should be able to pay off your credit cards and stuff because you've been learning how to do a budget. So now when you get this new credit card, you know not to max it out. You know to only go half over. You know to make your payments on time and don't be late. Okay? Fun facts. I'm wrapping up. Shout out to Heritage High School. I went there this week to see them play basketball. They did not win, but the girls varsity cheer squad, honey, they was giving me HBCU vibes. I said, yes, black cheer squad. I have forgot how much I love being that I went to an all-black high school. Like, yes, come on. Everybody from the all-black high schools know that, like, normally, like, the band is super black. I went to Heritage, which is near Hampton University, so a lot of the people that came, like the teachers and stuff, they came from Hampton. So Heritage was like a little mini Hampton when it came to like band and flag and all that stuff. And I forgot how dope the cheer squad was. So shout out to the Heritage cheerleaders, varsity that I watched cheer on this week. They did an awesome job. And though the boys team didn't win the game, I had the opportunity to speak with them and discuss about branding and knowing your brand. And let me tell you something, those boys are so smart. They asked all kind of questions. They were asking me questions. They were engaged. So shout out to the Heritage Varsity boys team. I don't want to call them boys, young men. They did an amazing job when I sat with them and talked with them. Shout out to Lou for letting me come and speak to them. And I want to wrap up on a positive note, and that was something positive to me. I wanted to go back to Heritage to show that we were more than what that was on the news. That is not my school, and I love Heritage, and I always go back. They have a bank in their school. They have like entrepreneurial it's like an entrepreneurial, like, get to know different careers that they do every year. And I go back. They didn't have one recently because of COVID, but hopefully next year they'll start it back up. But like, I've gone when I worked for Rolls Royce, and I've gone as Wendy Consulting LLC. And it is just so cool to talk to students at that age because they're in a different mindset. And it's good to get to know. You have to learn your market. And in order to learn your market, you got to be around the people that you're trying to market to. And me personally, I'm not really marketing to adults. I'm trying to reach the kids because the kids will listen and they'll invest. And you catch them early enough, you'll brainwash them to already know to do it. So like I told the boys team, buy them Jordans. Buy them. But also buy $20 or $25 worth of share of their stock. So you're not walking around as a free brand for them. That's free game, okay? Free game that I told those kids. And hopefully they listened to me and went on Robinhood or I don't know if Cash App does. I think Cash App does stock too, and bought some stock just to have it and watch it grow. And watch it grow. That's all you have to do. Stock is not something that is intended to be flipped very quickly. If it is, then you need to be looking at those different type of stocks. Like you have penny stocks and podunk stocks and stuff. Like that's the type of stuff that you have to watch. But stock is meant to be purchased and let it sit and let it rise. Okay, y'all remember that. Now, I'm not endorsing or telling you what to buy with stock because I am not licensed to talk about stocks. So let me just throw that disclaimer out. But please do your own research. I tell people all the time, invest in things that you buy. Y'all worry about me having an Apple, phone, but I own Apple stock. Like, do y'all own the stock? Y'all talk about me having a Samsung. I love Samsung. Separation of church and state. I don't need all my devices talking to each other. Y'all like that. That stuff. I don't like that. So I have separation, but I also own Apple stock. I love Apple. I have a MacBook. I love their products. I just don't want an iPhone. My daddy got an iPhone. That means it wasn't for me. Like, if my daddy had it, I was like, That means old people like it. No shade to my daddy. I love my daddy, but old people love iPhones. I'm good. I like the customization of a Droid. I love that I can send scheduled text messages. I love that, like, I can use my phone like a computer and it moves just like a computer. I ain't get them type of vibes when I had an iPhone. And no shade. I love my iPad. I love my MacBook, but I'm just not feeling an iPhone, and I'm entitled to that. But I always think it's so funny when people be like, oh, your check is blue or green, whatever. I be like, I don't give a what color it is. Apple is green. It's green money. It's green money. That's what I know. So anyway, I'm just joking around. I got to get ready to go. But shout out to everybody that's listening, that tune in. I think I'm going to start doing this a little bit more. It's fun and it allows me to think on my feet when I do a live. So for everybody who doesn't know, I am recording this and it's going to be posted to my YouTube channel. However, I did it as a live so that people could catch it. And if they had any questions, they could pop up and ask. But I don't see any questions. I see people have joined. Shout out to Johnny Flip Flops. Johnny been rocking with me since college when he drove down to Florida with me. So shout out to Johnny and shout out to Bucci. He went to Heritage. So shout out to the people who have clicked in and are looking at the live. I appreciate y'all's support. And yeah, y'all have a blessed weekend. I'm celebrating, y'all, 2 years in the game. Woo! 2 years for me. So I'm gonna clap for myself. God has been so good to me. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you learned something. I can be found on my website is www.wendiconsultingllc.com if you want to book a consultation. I am still taking clients right now. I do have a number. The number is my line number. And once I hit that number, I'm going to take a break from taking clients and I'm going to go into more of promoting what I really want to do, which is talking to children and talking to young adults about finances and getting them acclimated into learning how to share information, number one, because it's always good to share information that you know. And number two, saving and investing at a young age so that it's already implanted in them so that it's not something that they have to learn. I'm going to give my son a credit card at 10. I'm going to add him as an authorized user. Why? I want to build my baby credit. They don't teach you that. But Caucasian people know how to do it. They add their kids as authorized users all the time on a credit card. Okay? You add them as an authorized user on your credit card. And then what happens is they are able to build their credit. So I'm going to give him a card when he turns 10. I'm going to add him as an authorized user today. I'm going to call. But I'm going to add him a card when he's 10. And that way, he's out. He can swipe. I can give him a budget for his, what is it called? When you wash dishes and stuff, your chores, you get your money and stuff. And he'll be able to spend it and learn how to save. And he'll look cool because he'll have a credit card. But at the same token, it's teaching him one, how to budget. 2, how to swipe and understand when you swipe in a card, like understanding that process of spending money. And it's teaching him how to see it. And I'm going to teach him at a young age. Me and his dad are teaching and instilling these values in him now because we want him to be great when he's older. So that's my little tidbit on my baby. But I want y'all to share and teach this information and pass it down to your kids because that's what other people do. That's how you build a legacy. You leave your kids property. Okay, deed the title to them. It's so quick. Do a quick deed in Virginia. It doesn't take that long to do, and it's really fast. So think about those things. At any rate, my name is Wendy. Thank you for listening to Wendy with a Lie podcast, powered by Wendy Consulting LLC. All of my handles are Wendy Consulting LLC, except on Twitter, it's just Wendy Consulting. Y'all follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I learned a new word, y'all. Subscribe. The young 34s had to tell me, honey. I've been calling it likes. I'm like, listen, I'm old school. Like, poke, and write on the wall was all you could do on Facebook. All of this subscribe and stuff, I'm new to this. So I've learned it's called subscribe. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for listening. And y'all have a blessed and highly favored and positive weekend. And please stay warm. It's cold. So y'all be good.
Let me guess, you try and stack a few dollars. You ain't trying to blow it all. You need financial knowledge. Need some tips on your taxes so the IRS ain't bending you backwards. Well, you're in luck. You tuned into the master, Wendy Consulting.